What's up, Sherpa Network? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jonathan Tenenbaum, aka JT, aka Jay On, aka Sherpa Winfrey, host and producer of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Today's show is a Domain Sherpa review, where we get into the minds of successful domain investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics to become more successful domain name investors ourselves. These are the experts, the OGs, my boys, co-hosts, whatever we want to call them. There's 4 segments to a Domain Sherpa review. We've got the grand opening. That's where we are right now. That's where I intro the Sherpas. We see what's going on with them. We talk about some related things, some unrelated things, get into some domain talk. And then we get into the domain game. That's where we're here with the Sherpas recently bought or sold. Everybody guesses on the price. We keep scoring. Eventually, somehow, some way, someday, get some swag to the winner. You wouldn't know. I mean, you're shaking your head, Braden, but I literally just hooked Josh up with a bunch of gear. You wouldn't know because he's not wearing any of it. You know what I'm saying? He's just like,
or last week, my guy.
I mean, you wore one of the things. I gave you multiple pieces of swag, man. You know,
you got to wear it all at once, dog. Didn't you read the card that came with it?
You're actually supposed to alternate it every show. You're supposed to wear one and then the other and then the other.
I wait 3 years to get my swag, and now I'm not allowed to take it off. Okay.
Well, no, obviously you don't even want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's put me in an awkward spot where people still don't believe swag exists. You know, I got Michael Sager hitting us up on Twitter, being like, "Yo, where's my swag?" He's even pulling out receipts, showing the pulling out the clip of him winning the domain game. Big shout out to Sager, by the way. The result of that domain game is actually in dispute, so that's why we haven't sent you the swag yet. It's under
waiting on the full results of the investigation, which are pending the results of the Epstein investigation.
Yeah, I believe they believe there might be some doping involved.
Yeah, exactly. He used performance enhancing
technology.
For real. Let's hope. Wood, man. But some people. I'm not a big birthday person. The one thing though that you realize is some people are, right, and especially if you're
some people are hardcore. You know what I mean? Like it's like the most important thing in the world.
They start celebrating like a week early.
Yeah.
Maybe we celebrate for a week after.
Yeah, it's birthday month, for real. Some people are like, yo, it's my birthday.
I do believe that like the big ones, it's funny, I have a barbell approach. I think that like the big birthdays, the milestone birthdays are actually important to celebrate because I think they do represent a transition, a phase transition in your life. And I think it's good to embrace that transition and not ignore it. But I like your random.
You about to tell us that you're transitioning?
No.
He's already transitioned. That's what.
I don't judge.
He transitioned in a week.
So anyways, but this is just a rando, middle of the road. And I'm gonna hit it like a speed bump.
All right. But some people do celebrate the birthday month. It's also important, I think, with your significant other to know what kind of birthday person they are, because I find that like if you're not a birthday person, then you don't make other people's birthdays a big deal. And then they have the tendency then to feel like, oh, you didn't do what you were supposed to do on their birthday. You know what I'm saying? So
are you speaking from experience?
I'm just saying it's just something I heard from somebody one time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that's like, anything I've got personal understanding.
Who hurt you, JT? Who hurt you?
I'm not saying I got any personal understanding of that. I'm just saying just something to keep in mind if you are not a birthday person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm all about the empathy out here, man. That's my thing. That's my new jam.
All right. Empathy for the win.
I'm offsetting your lack of I'm offsetting
you sound like a married man, JT.
I'm offsetting Drew's lack of empathy with an overabundance of empathy. Well, it is interesting, but again, and look, shout out to everybody that's trying to push the industry forward. And we always say, rising tide lifts all boats. But conferences are tough, and it's tough to do them correctly. I mean, so a lot of credit to NamesCon. They do a very professional job. We give them a hard time at times with different things, but and big shout out to the ICA who, within a few years have put together, in my opinion, arguably the best domain meetup conference that happens every year. I mean, it's comparable to NamesCon. So, for a small little industry to have a couple of cool, very, beneficial and fun events every year, I think that's pretty cool. So,
it's funny on that note, small little industry. Who was it? I think it was with Rick. Yeah, it was the interview we did with Rick Schwartz. We're talking about how big is the industry, and I've been thinking about that since. Like, I find it so strange that I don't know that anybody actually has a real gauge. Like
I've heard like
numbers all over the place, right?
I've heard like 3,000 people, and I've heard 10,000 people, and
I think 3,000 is about right. That's my estimate. But then you got China and you got India, and there's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like
A lot of people in those
they're like,
countries.
0.01% of China and India love domains. It's like that's a lot of fucking people. You know what I'm saying? That's like I don't know, 2 U.S. states.
yeah. And also,
Yeah.
how do you define domain investor? Like, there's very
There you go.
few full-time domain investors, right? Most people have a day job and it's a side hustle. And then there are people that own 3,000 domains and they're not selling them, and they don't consider themselves a domain investor at all.
Yeah.
So, how do you define it?
Yeah. Well, it's the domain industry, right? So that's collectors, investors,
Service providers.
service providers. Yeah, I don't know. I bet it's bigger than we think. I bet it is. I bet it's bigger than we think.
Yeah, because there's so many people that aren't active. I mean, I know.
I think
like
if we
legit
dared to
investment-
say how many people make 6 figures a year and up, meaning like, a full-time, good job. How many do you think that is? 6 figure, you gotta make 100 grand a year and up in profit.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge. I
that's
mean,
a
what about? But there are people that probably make 50 grand a year, and they live in Dubuque.
If you
Iowa.
live in the middle of nowhere in Morocco or in Pakistan or in Bangladesh, and you're making 50 grand, you're living like
Yeah.
you're living a bigger life than somebody that makes 5 million in the US.
And we know somebody that lives in Bangladesh who makes 4 grand a month, and he's
All
living
right, well,
large.
let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Let's get into the domain game. Drew, we're going to start with you. You got a buy or a sell? What you got?
All right, I'm gonna go with a buy. I'm gonna go with a buy.
Buy.
TheRealEstate.com. TheRealEstate.com.
TheRealEstate.com.
As we were just talking about the real estate market.
I like it. TheRealEstate.com.
TheRealEstate.com.
Oh, don't they?
It's a purchase. TheRealEstate.com. All right. Braden, you got some kind of a device. Oh, by the way.
Brady's on that pet.
Well, here we go. Look, Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown. Anybody following football? We saw a lot of that this weekend. Big comeback win by the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. Go Birds. Let's go. There's people that care. There are people that care. Just not on this call. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, flip.
I didn't even.
What were you reading?
New.
Were you reading? That was like a
3,
Okay.
2, 1. What do you mean? Boom. All right, Josh. Ooh, okay. So we've got 3,500 for JT, 5,000 for Braden, 12,000 for Josh. TheRealEstate.com.
Easy win.
easy win. Easy win for Josh. Easy win for Josh. I paid 15. I feel like I overpaid. I knew going into it, I felt like I was overpaying a little bit, but I don't know. I talked myself into it. I think it's a really interesting name that will ultimately find a home. And when it does, I think it could be worth, a 5 to 10x.
But what's the real estate?
It's the real estate market, the real estate investments. It's the real estate. Or it's a play on the words like the real estate, I don't know. I like it. I just like it. It spoke to me.
Well, Josh, you were closer on your guess than everybody. Why did you feel like it was, why were you higher than us?
It's just a good.
You knew it too. Did you know what he bought it for? Like how you were pretty confident.
No, this was a totally off market deal.
It was actually sent to me. I saw it, but
I
obviously didn't remember what it
but at a
was.
much higher price.
Yeah.
Josh,
He was smoking crack with what he wanted originally.
Josh, why did you think that it was worth that, or that he paid that?
It's just a good name. Obviously, I didn't have time to like check usage or anything like that, but it is registered in almost 100 TLDs, and realestate.com is obviously an insane number, right?
One of the most valuable domains.
Right. And like put the in front of just about anything that valuable, and you've got value in some regard. Like, think about the best, even if it doesn't necessarily like flow that well, putting the in front of something like real estate, and in this case it makes sense. I don't know. I would pay 10 to 15 grand for it as well.
All right, cool. How do you guys feel about the in general? Like, is that a kind of an added thing that, you know?
I mean, that was one of Michael Birkin's core positions in his portfolio was the names, and he did very well with them. You know, the whatever, you know, you name it. And he did very well with them. I've done pretty well. I don't have like a ton of them, but I've got a decent little, you know, portfolio of the names.
I've sold some too. I like the names.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
too.
okay.
All right, all right. Well, great. All roads lead to the domains. All right. Well, that's what's up. All right. Well, point goes to Josh. The point goes to the Josh. It's time for the Braden to drop us another name. Let's get it.
The Braden.
The Braden.
Okay, I've had a handful of LTOs lately. Could do an LTO, or I can do a cash sale.
It's
Just
kind
go
of
with
like,
the bigger numbers, the biggest number, or the most interesting domain.
yeah, or the cash sale because it's paid.
Cash rules everything around me. Crew.
Ooh, get the money.
Yeah,
Dollar bill,
okay.
y'all.
This one is fully paid. So let's go with Mothership.io.
Ooh, Mothership.io. Mothership.io.
Oh, nice name.
That's a really good name. I like that one.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ooh. You don't have bad names. You don't have any bad names anymore. Cool.
What do you mean anymore? Did you trim?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I've been trimming. I've been getting rid of all the legal names.
that's
Not all of them. I still have like 500.
gosh. Oh man.
How many names you want?
Like 1700, something like that. Let me see.
It's a very manageable number.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a nice point. That's a nice number, especially with great names.
It's
you
a
know?
nice. That's a nice.
It's nice. I like.
It's I like. It's a good size portfolio. It's a good.
1748. Although not all of those are for sale.
All right, well, you guys ready to flip? All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what? This is a wild spread right now. So we've got.
What are you smoking, Josh?
Josh,
All right, so hold on.
You know it was a .io, not .com, right?
Oh, I thought it was .com. My bad.
yeah, IO. Yeah, when you said good name,
Just make it 65 then.
you wanna
I would say 5. Can I take 5%?
take
gotta-
a do-over. I mean,
No. Yeah. I'll
You should choose 10 or 5% or 10%. That's your only choice.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. All right.
No. You got to
No,
do 5%, which would be like 35 or so, 37.
let
35.
him just do it. Let him just do it.
35 is good.
We
I'll take it.
lost your.
All right. So yeah. So
Yours is gone.
Drew was at 14.
14,895.
No. This is all good. Hey, look, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Drew's at $14,895. Josh is now at $35,000, and I'm at $50,000. So I think that's the appropriate spread. Josh was at $650,000, and it basically almost broke the machine. You know.
Nice.
So
Okay, so the winner is Drew, almost exactly 15 grand.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Drew with 15.
up by 150.
I had this priced. It was at Adam. I had it priced at 35 grand,
Mm-hmm.
and
The price was wrong.
an offer came in at 15. Zach, actually, I think it came in lower than that, and Zach negotiated back and forth. The guy capped out at 15 grand, and I thought, I paid $2,400 for it. I was like, let it go. I mean, it's a decent name, but it's not stellar. So
Yeah.
I like it though. Good
I
name.
mean,
Good sale.
Mothership.com would be like a name I'd hang on to, and I'd just be like,
Right.
fuck you, I'm never selling. I'm
Yeah.
fine. Mothership. But
right, and then 650
take
is
whatever
appropriate
offer
for that.
comes in, because there's only ever going to be one.
Yeah, only offer I got.
Yeah,
So I took it.
exactly.
Well,
Sold.
I think that's always an interesting thing, and I think the having a lot of names and understanding demand based on what actually comes in by way of inquiries and offers is so critical. And I think that's always one of the questions we ask folks when they're trying to sell names with us. And they, sometimes we get into a little bit of a dialogue about valuation and what we think the market will bear versus what they think that they should be able to get for it. And it's like, well, what kind of offers have you gotten, right? Like, how many inquiries have you gotten? It's like, well, I've none, right? And it's like, but yet you think your name is this unicorn worth $10 million, and it's like,
but the opposite happens too, where somebody's like, "Hey, I want $250,000," and you're like, "It's worth 10." And they're like, "No, but I got a $150,000 offer 8 years ago, and so therefore, it's like you should have taken it."
Yeah.
There was something, and you really wanted it. You didn't sell
like
it.
you,
TIGR.
well, no, I mean, credit to
TIGR.
this actually happened to us this week. We had somebody trying to sell
TIGR making
TIGR.
We
Trying to
guard something loose, Tiger.
TIGR.
It's funny. I just bought TIGRI.com. Tigri.
TIGR.
Which is like, some freaking whatever language that means multiple tigers.
TIGR. All right, it's purchased by Josh. If Drew gets this, he gets the win. If not, we're gonna have to figure out some kind of.
Okay, here we go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, flip. Okay, we got a little bit of a tight window ish. All right, Braden's at $750. Drew's at $3,895, and I am at $4,500.
JT wins. 10
What?
Yeah.
10 grand?
No, I said 5. Oh, you paid 10?
10 for that? A little heavy.
No, it's not.
Really?
Explain. Well, I mean, I knew.
Well, look, I mean, what is it, like the ticker symbol of Tiger Global or something? Or are they even public?
Oh, it's just a really good brand that has like pretty good usage, and it's about as close to TIGR.com as you can get without having the E.
Yeah.
I mean, like, TIGR.com is an insane name. It's never going to be available again. It's just a really good brandable for that. I talked about this one on our space. It's like, would I name my company TIGR? Like, would I a misspell? Probably not. But is it a popular thing for startups and brands to do? Yeah. Is TIGR a really popular brand name? Yeah. Like, is that a viable option for them? Yeah, it is. And it's a really good one. So yeah. And the stats support that. I mean, it's registered in almost 100 TLDs. There are, 30 companies out there. Yes, it's a ticker symbol.
There's very few companies, and they're all tiny companies.
Yeah, because it's a brandable, and probably 25 to 30 on LinkedIn, which is a lot for a .com exact match. Like,
yeah,
if you get one that's got like hundreds of LinkedIn results in .com, you got to pay 50, 100 grand, like, at least. If you find me a company. If you find me a domain in .com that has more than like 25 LinkedIn results for that company, I would almost 100% of the time pay you 10, 15, 20 grand.
All right. Well, I did, man. I got the point.
I disagree with that logic, but Godspeed, my friend.
Oh man. Can I finish what I was saying? Because
didn't you say you wanted to hear what we had to say?
Yeah, and then I started talking about it. Actually, I said I wanted to hear what Braden had to say, and started talking, and then
shit, he just like bam, dropped the people's elbow on the motherfucker from the top rope.
Shit's my buy, all right. So let me explain my reasoning for it. Do you know what I mean? All right. So talk about like those kind of. I've also sold those kind of names. One with a vowel as well, SPCE, right? Guess what? That one's like space. I sold that shit for like 60 grand, and I paid like
Spice.
or spice. I paid like 5 or 6 grand for it. All of those examples that Drew just gave are good examples as well, right? And another one would be like CRBN, right? CRBN, carbon. And if you look on that one, right, CRBN, great name. It's taken in like 100
Now
TL.
that is one I would pay. I'd pay 25 for. CRBN.
But this is
I'd
my
go. I'd
it's-
go. You know,
the same kind of metrics as a TIGR.
I'd put the ass to sleep.
Yeah. So if you go and look at CRBN, you probably see the same thing, like 20, 30 companies with that misspell being used on LinkedIn.
Oh no. Let's actually go to the data. Let's look at it. I bet CRBN has over 100.
I bet you it's like 20 to 30.
Let's look
Okay. Let's look.
30.
and continue talking. Okay.
30.
30.
It's 30 on LinkedIn. Yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm done. That's enough.
And I do think it's interesting. It's a ticker symbol of a company worth almost $2 billion. I mean, it's not like, when you talk about the companies that it's related to, it's all these like, sort of obscure, like, some kind of mom and pop shop. I think it's a cool name. That's why I like it, and that's why I had the highest value, and why I got the point. So let's keep it moving on the domain game. So here's
I just want to point out that the largest company.
wait,
Back-
Josh, go ahead.
I'm shitting on my names. I'll take it.
What'd you say?
The largest company called CRBN on LinkedIn is CRBN Pickleball.
Yeah, that's why. Sherpa, I fully expect someone to shit on my buy. I'm only doing buys from now on.
All right, let's go. Hey,
Perfect.
I can't wait to hear what it sells for. All
Well,
right,
you know
here's
what?
the thing.
It's good because it just shows different strategies.
CRBN, by the way, has very similar numbers to TheRealEstate.
I know, and so does TIGR.
All day.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Keep it moving. Braden. So we are at this overtime session. We need a name to see who the winner of the domain name is going to be.
I'm gonna give you an LTO because I just did a whole bunch of LTOs randomly, not by design, just happened.
If you could do that shit by design,
You want a 2-word com or a 1-word net?
2-word.
2-word com.
I prefer the 1-word net, but go with Josh.
1-word net. Nope. Listen to the boss.
Okay. All right. 1-word
I love
net.
Josh.
It's a sale.
Okay.
Spartacus.net.
Oh, it's a banger. Spartacus.net. I love it.
Spartacus.
I won.
Yeah,
Spartacus.net, and it's a sale. Spartacus.net. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, I have 10 grand. Josh is 15,000, and Drew's at $49,369. Spartacus.net.
Josh.
Oh, Josh.
You disappoint me.
Dang.
Sorry, my friend.
After
You're
all that.
supposed to be like the face of the .NET community. I'm just a humble follower, and you're underselling Spartacus.net.
Look.
What's wrong with you? You don't need the money.
This goes back to I'm priced. If I get a good price,
Sickened.
I
What
pay it
did you sell
forward.
for it? What did you sell
I
for
don't
it?
like to moon everything. It's
Spartacus.
okay. This is it's all from my list, which was 17,250.
17,250.
And it was a 14 month hold.
I think many people
And
do that. I think that it's good practice.
Well, look, I mean, if you've got a .net and you think it's worth 50 grand and the .com is priced at 75, you're never going to get your 50, right? They're going to buy the .com, right? Or if you've got an IO and a net or something, and you really got to see what the competition is.
Mm.
So that's how we do it. I don't want to be like way over an extension that's comparable,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I mean, DNX works obviously with you and Rob and a lot of other buyers that are quite highly qualified like yourself, and everyone does the same thing, right? When they buy a name, they then want to, if anything is priced too low in like alternative extensions, they end up wanting to buy those names, and either so that they can take those off the market and control the pricing. And it makes sense.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, I do
We can
that all
have this debate. I mean, I totally understand logic, and I know Braden agrees with that logic, and I used to do the same. I don't anymore, but it's only because I'm really 99% only.com, and I just fundamentally believe that, look, if somebody's willing to pay some fraction of the price to buy the .net, the .org, the .ai, the .whatever, eventually they're either going to be a zero or a hero. And if they're a hero, they're coming for the .com. So I don't know. I don't. I think I think it's actually a really interesting topic that I'm not definitive on. This is just sort of my instinct. I think that the way to think about this topic is namespaces. And I'm probably not the first one to say this, but there's a namespace. Somebody says, I'm going to be called TIGR. Okay. So TIGR.com, unless you're going to be, unless you've got billions and billions and millions, not happening. Right. So then it's like, okay, well, are they going to be TIGR.co, TIGR.ai? Are they going to be TIGR, try TIGR, get TIGR, catch TIGR, TIGR?
I own
Or are they going to
Tiger.co.
go with a version of TIGR, right? And so, I think in my mind, there are stages, right? And so a company gets created, they have an idea, they have a name, they go out, they get a minimum viable product, maybe they take their first investment. Now they go hire a couple of people. Now they go out and they actually try to build a business. And then they got a business and it's like, okay, we're catching fire. Now let's actually make it like, real. And so at the second, third iteration, they are like, okay, domain name. What are we doing here? We've probably already got some hand reg or low hanging fruit that we got that's in that namespace. And then they're going to upgrade. And so unless it's a repeat founder or a very high, fast trajectory company, they need a first entrance into that namespace. And that's usually going to be, with a prefix, suffix, or alternative extension. If you don't allow an entrance into that namespace for that early stage company, it's much harder to get the late stage company that has the money to pay you a lot of money for the .com later. Now, you can own the namespace and still price these names at reasonable amounts that gets you a relationship. That might even be the best alternatives. Now I've sold you the .net, I've sold you the .co or the .ai, and I gave you a fair price. And I said, look, you can have the .com, but the .com is, 10, 20x the price, but it's okay. Why don't you start here? I'll give you a fair price. And then in 2 years, let's talk about it, or maybe they go home and they sleep on that idea and they go, fuck, maybe I just want it to .com, and they get into an LTO or a lease with an option or whatever it might be. So look, I think there's really strong arguments on both sides here. I generally lean towards let that low priced inventory be out there. I don't want to tie my capital on it. I want to give an entrance to somebody else to come into this namespace, try to build a business, try to grow. The more competitive that namespace is, the more valuable my .com is. So obviously 2 key points. One is that only makes sense if you own the .com, not any other extension. If you own any other extension, you're just competing with that low valued inventory.
Right.
And I think on that point, just a little sidebar, I think one of the big mistakes that a lot of newbies make is they think I'm on the .com, I've got .co, I've got .org, .net, .ai. I'm competing with the .com. You're not competing with the .com. That's not who you're competing with. You're competing with these other,
Right.
second tier extensions. Nobody's competing with the .com. Ultimately, it's the .com is there for the company that breaks through that first, 1 to 5 year early stage cycle has the wherewithal and the velocity and the capital and the support and the resources to get the .com by one means or another. But you're not competing with it. And then the second key point that I was trying to make is just that, these are namespaces. And once somebody's in that namespace, there's a natural human instinct to want to upgrade. Not everybody, but most people, they want to upgrade. And so I think it's good to have a ripe namespace with low-hanging fruit that people can enter, whether it's alternative extensions or suffixes, prefixes, etc. And then you get to sort of watch that namespace grow.
Who would like to go ahead and start on the namejet
Mom
list?
and Dad are fighting.
Oh, good.
All right. I'll go. So top 2, ants.net. I think that's great. You know how I like my .nets, and ants is a good term. In LinkedIn, 672 results. So that's better than 20 or 30. Just saying. And then broadcasting, it's a good word. I haven't looked into it, but it's a solid SLD. And then third one is, third one down, classified.org.
Boom. On a row.
Classified, it's a good term. And
So real quick, for something like ants.net, what are you trying to buy that for on Namejet?
$860. I mean, now that I'm talking about it, it's going to go much higher. But I would like to pay, $2,000, $3,000. It's too public a name now, so it's probably going to go too high.
Okay. Bidding and back ordering. All right. And then let's go around the horn really quick. We're almost up on time, and see if the Sherpas have anything else that they want to mention. Josh, let's start with you. We'll start with you and then go around the horn up to Drew.
No, nothing to mention really. We got a lot of things planned with DNX that will come to light, I would say, within the next 3 months or so. Excited with everything, really happy with the people that we have on the team. And just I'm actually pretty excited for 2026. So in multiple capacities.
Will you buy more domains or less domains in 2026?
Less, I would think.
Braden?
I bought a lot this year.
More.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
What do you think?
And I bought a lot of names this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I bought a lot of names as well because I'm testing a few things. So I mean, I bought like 6,000, 7,000 names this year. So I don't think I'll buy more, but we'll see.
It's a lot of names. I have nothing to say.
He's just feeling a little down. So
I
was specifically asking you if you're planning on buying or set more domains in 2026, dude.
Fuck, man. I'll tell you what, the reason I asked the question is because I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence every day lately. And I let's say by the end of the day, I've fallen to buy more domains. But I still wake up with the question in my mind every day. And I'm it's a tricky world we're in. The ideas and perspectives on what to do with your money, how to be an investor, how to be a good business person, these things are all out the window, whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not. This is not a speculation or an opinion. This is a fact. The shit is out the window. If you think buying bonds is safe, you're fucked. Like straight up, right? So I am thinking every day, like, okay, what do I do? I like to keep it simple. And so domains were what I know. It's what I know best. It's where I have a material advantage. There's no other place really that I have a material advantage in investing over anybody else. All of us have a material advantage in this market. And so, historically speaking, it makes sense to just double down on what you're good at, double down on what you know, keep buying domains. They keep producing. They keep, so I don't know. I'd probably just keep buying domains. My guess is that I'm going to land on a place of I'm going to probably buy a lot more domains next year, but I don't know. It's going to be one or the other. I'm either going to buy very few or a lot.
You want to just sell me your portfolio and be done?
I don't know if you can afford my portfolio.
Ooh.